This video is brought to you by Seed.
You're reluctantly mingling at your cousin's gender reveal party when suddenly, her mimosa-drunk husband Doug starts smacking his lips about the glorious rise of cryptocurrency. Only slightly slurring his words, Doug vows that he will support his rapidly growing family by buying low, selling high, and generally growing rich as fuck off crypto. Color you suspicious, intrigued, and totally desperate to avoid Doug's next salvo of saliva. So, you grab an aggressively pink cupcake and prepare yourself for another 40-minute deep dive into investing that would make any sober, clear-eyed financial advisor weep. Then you think, hell no. After the nosebleed incident at Cassidy's karaoke party, you swore you would rather be sent out to sea in a burning ship with no map than be lectured by another crypto bro. Hey, mellow out, buddy. We're here for you. Here's how to sound smart about cryptocurrency.
With your friends or on a date, arguing online with someone you hate. Conversation is an art, so let us tell you how to sound smart.
Okay, Michael here to interrupt for just a second. I want you to get back to learning about crypto, but I have to tell you about this video sponsor, Seed. Seed's Daily Symbiotic contains 24 strains of pre- and probiotics that support your gut, skin, and other facets of your health, such as micronutrient synthesis and cardiovascular health. Plus, its capsule-in-capsule design protects against stomach acid, bile, and other substances in your system, so the live probiotics actually make it into your colon. Your daily 2-in-1 capsule is easy to integrate into your daily routine to help your body feel good. Not only does Seed promote a healthier environment within your own body, but it also supports a healthier environment around the world. Your first order arrives with an infinitely refillable glass bottle, and your monthly refills arrive in packaging that's compostable, biodegradable, and recyclable. After taking Seed for just a couple of weeks, I've already noticed myself feeling really good, and it's been super easy to integrate into my daily routine. Get 15% off your first month's supply of Seed's Daily Symbiotic by clicking the link in the description box and using code Wisecrack at checkout. And now, back to you becoming a crypto genius.
Here's a basic breakdown before you have a breakdown. Elon Musk-style hype-beasting aside, cryptocurrency is, simply put, digital money that can be used to pay for goods and services or just hold on to. The big daddy of crypto, Bitcoin, was, like swine flu, born in 2009, and it proved equally infectious. These days, there are thousands of coins to flirt with, including fan-favorite Dogecoin. The term crypto is also confusingly used to refer to scores of different digital tokens, products, services, and technologies. Like most currencies, crypto is traded on exchanges by buyers and sellers. But unlike a crisp $5 bill from Granny on your birthday, your crypto coins live in a digital wallet, and they have the potential to surprise you. For one thing, that's because crypto is currently unregulated by a central monetary authority, like a bank or a government agency. This, along with the anonymity, is a big reason for crypto fans' enthusiasm. The way they see it, if a bank's not involved, cryptocurrency can't be devalued by pesky indignities like inflation. And so far, that plan seems to be working. By the end of 2021, crypto's value hit an all-time high of $2.9 trillion. So maybe, despite his choice to match plaid with stripes, Doug is onto something. Not so fast, buckaroo. Before you take a reverse mortgage out on your daughter's kidney to buy some Doge, know this. Plenty of money-smart folks like Warren Buffett and even the Federal Reserve think crypto's a market bubble. They argue that it's based on money as imaginary as Doug's cheerleader girlfriend from junior high who, quote, went to another school. At this point, you may be wondering, what the hell is crypto, and does it even exist? Though crypto can feel fake to the uninitiated, every piece of crypto does take up a tiny bit of real estate in cyberspace because they're built on blockchains. Think of a blockchain like a very long puzzle made out of pieces of data grouped sequentially. Each piece of data is hashed, aka turned into a unique short string of characters which link together into a giant chain. But where do these hashes come from? Bitcoin miners, aka folks with super nerdy computer systems known as nodes. These nodes basically go around solving math problems like a gifted fourth grader would just drink their first frappuccino. When they solve for a specific hash pattern by guessing the correct random string of characters, called a nonce, that solved hash gets approved by the other nodes in the network and added as the next block. And so, behold, as a reward to the miner, a new Bitcoin is born, circumcised, and burdened with a bunch of adults' expectations for how it'll grow up. It's basically the one and only time doing math problems leads to procreation. Like snowflakes holding hands, each block is unique, yet inextricably linked because they include the hash that precedes them. If the data in any one block is ever altered, the block's hashes would change, signaling the chain has been tampered with. But that's okay. The other nodes that haven't been messed with are able to cross-reference and restore order. This is actually a pretty cool security feature to keep bad actors at bay. Imagine those hand-holding snowflakes playing a life-or-death game of Red Rover. While a lot of crypto blockchains hold security data, they can also hold other stuff, especially sensitive things like property deeds and medical histories. But, barring some really sinister shenanigans, access to Doug's colonoscopy records isn't going to make you rich. Cryptocurrency, however, arguably could, which is why Doug is still spitting in your face. They say, you say, they say,
crypto is the revolution. It's gonna change the world. When I die, bury me in crypto.
You say, I mean, anything's possible. My shoes are made out of recycled tampon applicators. Crypto and its currencies offer a lot of technological possibilities that could indeed totally change money. But also, rein it in, babe. You have no idea how governments are going to deal with crypto long term. Like your friend's natural deodorant-wearing boyfriend, crypto is polarizing. Some governments love it, some hate it, but all are going to have to figure out how to address it. Also, put down that hammer and sickle because crypto's not some Marxist revolution. It's less spreading the wealth and more putting a few extra bucks in your richest friend's alligator skin wallet. Most people trading crypto aren't seeing huge profits, and those who are were generally pretty loaded to begin with. In fact, wealth concentration is even more pronounced in crypto than in regular currency.
They say, this new coin is going to the moon. Buy now, thank me later with a plate of imported fair trade escargot.
You say all crypto coins are speculative investments. That kind of means literally anything can happen. Crypto's made some folks into millionaires and made some tech princes slightly less princely. Investing in crypto is all well and good and hip, but you should consider it part of a rounded and balanced portfolio. You know, along with your 401k, your stock in Applebee's, and the bin of well-preserved American Girl dolls in your parents' basement. They say, crypto's just for buying drugs. Speaking of, can I get a bump? You say, well, blockchains are anonymous, which makes them better for buying drugs than, say, a credit card or even Venmo. But crypto can also be used for totally normal, fun stuff, like paying off your college loans or paying off interest on your college loans. Besides, if I use my allowance to buy the occasional acid tab, does that mean we should discontinue all cash? They say crypto is a total scam. You say, like anything having to do with money, there are plenty of assholes in crypto's orbit. The best defense against crypto grifting is knowledge and a generous dose of skepticism. What's more, as the crypto space matures and becomes more integral to the economy, it's likely that governments will start paying more attention to it. That's why more and more regulations are cropping up every year to help protect consumers. Unfortunately, the government can't protect you from Doug's Psychobilly party playlist. By now, Doug is totally dumbstruck at meeting somebody smart enough to call his bluff. It's time to go in for the kill and blow his mind straight out of its backwards game-stonk baseball cap. Here's how. You say, cryptocurrency is fire, as the kids would say, but it also causes fires. You see, Bitcoin mining software is elaborate and requires a butt-ton of electricity. In fact, current energy use estimates find that Bitcoin mining consumes as much electricity annually as entire countries, like Finland or the Netherlands. And of course, America, patron saint of pollution, is responsible for some 35% of Bitcoin energy emissions. But it's not all doom and gloom and wildfires and freak hurricanes and raining radioactive fish yet. About 39% of the energy used for Bitcoin actually comes from renewable resources, and the crypto powers that be are currently developing new ways to validate Bitcoin without requiring so much energy. TLDR, Bitcoin couldn't hang at a Greenpeace party yet, but it's at least starting to learn what recycling is. So, a few brain cramps later, and you can now converse charmingly about Bitcoin with even its most devoted disciples. That doesn't mean you have to keep talking to Doug, though. Swipe that mimosa refill right out of his hand, down it in celebration, and get the fuck out of that party of adults who have gathered to celebrate the societal implications of an unborn child's genitals. See you next time on How to Sound Smart.